Good evening, my Real News Midday TV family. Welcome back to the channel. Indicom probing fatal police shooting in St. Mary. The Independent Commission of Investigations is probing the fatal shooting of a man by the police in St. Mary on Friday. The deceased, Sheldon White, was shot at an unfinished house in Huddersfield, Rio Nuevo. According to Indicom, the initial police report is that cops from the St. Anne Operation Support Team were on a targeted operation in search of White. It is alleged that during the search of the premises, White pointed a firearm at the cops and they fired in response. A firearm, a 9mm P80 pistol, was reported as recovered from the scene. Indicom says that the examination, processing and the packaging of evidential material was completed. The body of the deceased man was photographed and sealed pending post-mortem examination. An initial account of the incident was provided by each concerned officer. One officer reported that he was wearing a body-worn camera during the incident, said Indicom. Year to date, 172 persons have been shot and killed by the security forces, of which 4 occurred in December. Policeman shot and killed on Beechwood Avenue, St. Andrew. A policeman was shot dead on Beechwood Avenue in St. Andrew late Friday night. The deceased cop has been identified as Corporal Christopher Smith, who was assigned to the Kingston Western Police Division. The news understands that about 11 p.m., Smith drove his motor vehicle to the Texaco gas station on Beechwood Avenue, where there was an active armed robbery. After Smith parked his vehicle, one of the gunmen pounced on the unsuspecting cop, shot him multiple times, and relieved him of his firearm. Smith was taken to a medical facility, where he was pronounced dead. Biker shot after hitting policeman while attempting to flee traffic stop. A motorcyclist who hit a policeman while attempting to elude a traffic stop was shot by the police along Sligoville Road in St. Catherine last night. The 21-year-old was taken to hospital for treatment. Reports are that about 9 p.m., a police team was conducting a vehicular checkpoint along the roadway when the biker was signaled to stop. He disobeyed and reportedly hit the policeman, injuring his foot. A colleague reportedly went to assist the bleeding cop. The motorcyclist was riding in that direction, and in a bid to protect himself and the injured cop, the colleague opened fire. The biker was hit in his leg. He was taken to hospital. The Independent Commission of Investigations is probing the incident. 4-year-old killed, 2 injured in crash in Negril, Westmoreland. A 4-year-old who was one of 2 pillions on a motorcycle died in a collision in Negril, Westmoreland on Friday, according to a police report. The child's name was not released. 7 people have died in motor vehicle crashes since the start of December, 2 less than the comparative record last year. The police report that the motorcycle was traveling along the Hopewell Main Road when the driver allegedly failed to keep to his left and collided into the left front section of a car heading in the opposite direction. The rider of the motorcycle and the 2 were injured and taken to hospital, where the 4-year-old died. A total of 344 people have died on Jamaica's road since January this year, a 13% decrease year-on-year. 18-year-old charged for murder of man in Gordon Penn, Spanish Town. 18-year-old construction worker Chadwick Reed, otherwise called Chad, has been charged for the shooting death of a man in Gordon Penn, Spanish Town, St. Catherine. Reed, who is a resident of the community, was charged on Friday by the Spanish Town Police with murder, possession of a prohibited weapon, unauthorized possession of ammunition, and using a firearm to commit a felony. The charges stem from a gun attack on 23-year-old A.J. Lee Bromfield, an unemployed resident of Caribbean Estate in Portmore, St. Catherine, while in his car. According to police reports, around 11:30 p.m. on November 17, Bromfield was in a section of Gordon Penn known as West End when Reed and another man entered Bromfield's Infiniti Q50 motor vehicle and shot him multiple times. Brumfield was assisted to the Spanish Town Hospital where he was admitted. He died the following day. The Spanish Town Criminal Investigation Branch launched an investigation which led to Reed's arrest on December 1. He was formally charged following a question and answer session in the presence of his legal representative on December 6. A court date is being finalized. Man held with a gun in shopping bag charged. The man who was held with a loaded gun in a shopping bag by the police in Tulsa Meadows, Spanish Town, St. Catherine earlier this week has now been charged. 32-year-old Dominic Willis was on Friday charged by the Spanish Town Police with the possession of a prohibited weapon and unauthorized possession of ammunition. A date for his appearance in court is being finalized. According to police reports, on December 2, Willis was seen in a section of Tulsa Meadows carrying a shopping bag. His behavior reportedly raised the suspicion of the police. He was approached and searched, and a Ruger pistol loaded with 14 rounds of 9mm cartridges was found in his possession. He was arrested on suspicion and later formally charged. Reggae boy Michail Antonio in hospital after road traffic incident. Jamaican international footballer Michail Antonio was hospitalized following a road traffic accident on Saturday, his club West Ham United confirmed. The 34-year-old forward is reported to be in stable condition, according to a statement from the club. Michail is conscious and communicating and is currently under close supervision at a Central London hospital, the Premier League club said in a statement. At this difficult time, we kindly ask everyone to respect the privacy of Michail and his family. The club will make no further comment this evening, but will issue a further update in due course. Unverified images of a heavily damaged Ferrari in the Essex area were shared on social media on Saturday. It was not known if it was the car involved in the accident. The reggae boy signed for West Ham in 2015 and has made more than 300 appearances. West Ham doesn't have a league game until Monday. Curfew imposed in Red Hills, 100 Lane and the surrounding areas. A 48-hour curfew has been imposed in the communities of 100 Lane, Park Lane, Red Hills Road, Kingston 19, and the section of Whitehall Avenue, St. Andrew. The curfew began at 6 p.m. on Friday, December 6, 2024, and will remain in effect until 6 p.m. on Sunday, December 8. The boundaries of the curfew are north from the intersection with Red Hills Road and the Pennant Terrace to the intersection of Pennant Drive and Pennant Terrace. East along Pennant Drive from the intersection with Pennant Terrace to the intersection with Whitehall Avenue. South along Whitehall Avenue from the intersection with Pennant Drive to the intersection with Red Hills Road. West along Red Hills Road from the intersection with Whitehall Avenue to the intersection with Pennant Terrace. During the hours of the curfew, all persons within its boundaries are required to remain within their premises unless otherwise authorized by the ground commander. Thank you everyone for watching. See you tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. for another news update.